In the last video, we have reviewed our current approach for state management, and we have pointed out that this is not a solution that scales well as our applications increase in complexity. Fortunately, there are a number of more advanced state management techniques that are commonly used in Flutter. And just to be clear, state management is very much a hot topic in Flutter. And in fact, one question that often comes up in Flutter development is what is the best app architecture, or what is the best state management technique? And I think that this is the wrong question. And what I would say instead is that each application has different requirements. So it is important to understand what your application needs to do and what its main responsibilities are. So, for example, does it connect to a network service, or does it require authentication? And what can the user do in the application, and what screens does the user see? So this process of identifying the requirements of your application can be called system design. And once we have a clear picture of our system design, then we can make an informed decision about which design patterns to use. So for sure, it is beneficial to be familiar with the various design patterns that are available so that we know what their advantages and disadvantages are. But after all, design patterns and state management techniques are just tools that you can use to build your apps. So if I had to summarize what we just talked about with a diagram, I would say that design patterns plus system design equals app architecture. Okay, so I think this is turning into some kind of lecture about app architecture, and I'd like to get back on track and reveal two fundamental tools that we will use going forward as we continue to build our time tracking app. And these two tools are streams and blocks. And we will start with streams because they are a fundamental feature of the Dart language, and nearly all of the state management techniques that you will encounter are based on streams. And the other reason that I want to use streams is that we can use them to simplify our signing flows so that we no longer need to use callbacks and stateful widgets in our code. Okay, so let's continue on the next video.